Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namah. Can you turn it up a bit? Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Krishna Chandra, turn it up. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Ramo Ramo. Jayashree, turn up the sound please. So first of all, I offer pranams to our Gurudev, Om Vishnupad Vidanti Swami Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj, our Rupanuga Guru Parampara, all devotees, Dandavat pranams. So, Kartik Vrat is going on somehow, and we are continuing our discussion of Damodarashtakam. So, Sri Krishna possesses two conflicting qualities, Atmaramata and Pararamata. Atmaramata means he needs no one for his happiness except himself. In the words of Sri Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, he is for himself and by himself. Means aham evasam evagri nanidyat asadparam tatpasyatat etachadyo avashishta asimiyam. In Chaturslok Bhagavatam, Krishna says, before the creation, only I was there. And when the creation is finished, I remain, nothing else. And what you see now, that is also me. Therefore, Krishna not even need the creation or need anything for his own enjoyment. Parasya Shakta Vividaya Shriyata. This Ladini, Samdini, Samvitrai, Eka Sarva Samsaya. These three potencies, including the Ladini, Sarva Eka Sarva Samsaya, only in him, means they take full shelter of him alone. So where is Ladini Shakti? In him. Therefore, Atmanam. Yet at the same time, when Krishna finds a happiness outside himself, Pararamata, means when he depends upon others for his happiness, Shamala, what happens then? Yeah, I know. When you depend on others for your happiness, that is Pararamata. So these are opposite qualities. But Krishna can have both things at the same time. Atmaramata and Pararamata, which actually should be impossible. Because outside. Dependent on another. Finding happiness from another. So that is actually impossible. Either you're one or the other, you cannot be both, but Krishna can be both. So he finds more happiness, especially in Braj, outside himself. In Vaikuntha, everything in himself. But in Braj, he finds more happiness outside. Maharaj gives the example like you boil milk down, it becomes, even if you boil it past the stage of condensed milk, it becomes koa. Nice. Can't complain. But when that koa becomes transformed, it means you add something outside. Then it becomes like rasgulla, burfi, then more taste. Sandesh. So the Brijvasis, no? They have something that Krishna also finds so much happiness tasting. So here we're discussing. Krishna is Rasik Sheka, means he can taste all rasas. So, Rasik Sheka means he's also always searching for happiness in everything. Big enjoyer. So here he's tasting Vatsalya. Even though he is the mother and father of everyone, still in Pararamata, then he finds so much happiness tasting that. And before Krishna, that Vatsalya Ras was not tasted. No. Other incarnations don't even have a mother and father. Right? Who's the mother and father of Bhagavan Narayan? Doesn't have. But in Braj Lila, even other mother and fathers are there, like Devahuti, Kapiladev. No? But still, Devahuti always know my son is Bhagavan. No? So that is not real Vatsalya, actually. That is Vatsalya Bas, because so much Aishwarya is there. Aishwarya, so much. So we're actually like Das. Actually, in Gurudev's biography of Bhakti Pragyan Kesamaraj, Bhakti Pragyan Kesamaraj said, Madhurya Ras really only in Braj. Then Gurudev asked, but what about Dwarka? Krishna married 16,108 Rajkumaris. That is married, that is Madhurya Ras. Then Paramvida said, no, because they are like Dasis. Dasyabhav. So only like this. Then Gurudev gave some objections, and Paramvida said, you don't understand now, you will understand later. So that's why before Krishna there was bhakti, but no bhakti ras. And we say before Chaitanya there was no bhakti or no bhakti ras because only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu giving this thing. In Braj Leela, only Parikas taste, no one else. And who Krishna gave bhakti ras to? One time that question was asked to Mathura. Who Krishna gave bhakti to? Someone said Putana, really? Putana got a position like a maid, like a mother, but not in Braj Vrindavan, but in the Aishwarya Prakoj, Golok, outside section, but not in Braj. Then Gurudev said, it mentioned Krishna gave prema to the trees of Braj. That's mentioned in Bhagavatam. But to be born in Braj already, they're like parikas, already like sadhana siddhas, no? Minimum. No, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu distributing this thing. They were said before Mahaprabhu there was bhakti, but no bhakti ras. So because here in Braj so much pararamata, so much predominant, so ras is there. So, can ask after. So, we're hearing, actually I was talking the other day, Mother Yashoda was seeing the milk boiling over. No, that milk, because in Braj everything is conscious, everything is made of sandini. Not like this world. Not this world, everything's dead, including us most of the time. In this world, nothing have consciousness. The curtains, the pillars, the floor, buildings, even animals, sankochit, shrunken, covered, acharyat, sankulit, all this is there. But in Braj, everything is purna vikashit chetan. Everything is fully conscious. Even trees, they're not less conscious than the humans, the people. The cows are not less conscious than the grass. All is purna vikasha chetan, all is fully conscious. Including pots, imagine that, the floor, trees, humans, cloth, even cloth is conscious. The earrings of Krishna or the ornaments of Krishna and the Brijvasis. Radhika's all ornaments made of Mahabhav. Consciousness must be there, otherwise no one to taste. So, that milk, also devotee milk. Bhakta milk. So he was thinking, I cannot serve. Why? Krishna's thirst never finished to drink Yashoda's milk. And also, Yashoda never tired of giving so much Vatsalya. Actually, even cows, so much Vatsalya. Nowadays people making propaganda against milking cows. No, the vegan section, but this is like one demonic idea. Because cows also have so much Vatsalya. No, what to speak of, right? When cows give so much affection from the milkman and the family, then happy to give. It's a little material, but still, idea is there. One brahmachari, remember he broke his neck? Gaurasunda. He lived in Hawaii. So when he was growing up, he grew up with one cow. Then he came to India. He was a few years, 4 or 5 years. Then he broke his neck. And many months he was in that Bhubaneswar hospital. No proper treatment. So when he came back to Hawaii, he was thin, like a stick. And he could not move his jaw. He hadn't eaten. So he was very thin and weak. So that cow, which grew up with him, hadn't seen him for 6, 7 years, fully dry, no milk for many years. But when the cow saw him, cow began giving milk again. Oh, this is my child, weak without milk, how he'll develop. So even animals have this feeling. So what to speak of Braj, everything there made of prema. So, yeah, this is a great story about cow protection. So, milk thinking my life is useless, I cannot serve. Not like us. We're thinking if I'm forced to serve, my life is useless. So there they cannot live without service. Just like we cannot live without enjoyment, they cannot live without seva. So thinking like that, he wanted to give up his life by boiling over in the fire. Then Mother Yashoda saw that. Then she is the guru of Vatsalya. Milk also means Vatsalya department. No, she gave up. She put Krishna down to save the milk. So Krishna was hungry, not satisfied. So when Mother put him down, he was not happy. So he tried to grab hold of Mother Yashoda's cloth. And how much strength Krishna have, right? Lifting Govardhan. That time Govardhan, in the time of Krishna's Prakat Leela. Yesterday I went to Govardhan, how small? It seems. No, one curse of theirs. Palasta Rishi gave curse, right? You'll shrink every day by one sesame seed. So that means 5,200 years, how much he shrunk. But actually, real stories in Kali Yuga, everyone's so sinful. So everything tried to hide itself. When Giriraj sees us all come, he's like, oh my God. To hide from the sinful population. Like Ganga shrinking. They say in 50 years, no Ganga. They say like that. All holy places shrinking in Kali Yuga because population is so sinful. But only Navadvip increases every day. That is the glories of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So in the time of Krishna's Prakat Leela, Govardhan was 20 miles long, 12 miles high. Imagine 12 miles high, do the math. That's twice the size of Everest. Right? Everest is 21,000 feet, 7 kilometers. Anyway. So Krishna at that time, Govardhan was so high, when the sun would set, the shadow would go into Mathura. That is the size of Govardhan. And Krishna lifted up just on his pinky, on his left finger. Means Krishna has so much strength. So when Mother Yashoda tried to put him down, he was not willing to be put down, so he was grabbing. Guru Maharaj said even he was biting her cloth by teeth. Like yesterday, Radhakund, the monkey grabbed your cloth. He don't let go until you give 10 rupees. So Krishna grabbing like that. So, but Mother Yashoda, her Vatsalya is so powerful. So with one hand, left hand, sit. Actually, Krishna controlled not just by Yashoda, but by everything in Braj. Krishna controlled. Everything. So she put Krishna down with just one hand. When Krishna was grabbing onto Putana, then Putana had the strength of 10,000 elephants. She could not put Krishna down. But Yashoda very easily go there. And she ran to save that milk. Because from that milk, many things can make. Actually, everyone's saying Madhurya Rasa is the best. That is true. But who will say that? Those in Madhurya Rasa. But actually, every devotee in every rasa he's in, he's fully satisfied. Fully satisfied. Like Uddhav, we went there. We could not speak with Uddhav Kund. Uddhav knows the prema of the gopis is highest. He knows. But still, on mood he has. Stai Bhav is there. That not change. So even he praying to the gopis, but praying what? My mood will increase by the mercy of the gopis. No devotee praying to change moods. That has never happened. But they pray by mercy of the gopis, my mood to Krishna will increase. So tired, what was I saying? Milk. So milk happy. Everyone's satisfied with their own ras. That was the point. If someone may say to the cows, because also in Vatsalya department, no? Cows giving milk. Small calves in Sakaras, because young age. Older cows, Vatsalya. Some cows maybe Madhuryaras. It can be. So, someone may say to the cows, you don't have much of a life. Just one of 900,000 cows, whatsoever you can do. Maybe you'd like the position of a gopi. Cows, no. Because from the milk of the gopis, what can you make? Nothing. But from our milk, we can make so many things. So that is the point. Everyone fully, which ras is the highest? For the devotee, that ras therein, that is the highest. That seva, that is the highest. So Mother Yashoda is so kind. So she ran to save the milk. No, I will use you for Krishna's seva. That is Vaishnav's kindness. They give, not that they ever give up their bhajan, they give others a chance also for bhajan. One time I asked, that is why two types of Vaishnavas are there. The ghosts and the nandis. They work to increase the happiness of Krishna by increasing the number of servants. The ghosts and the nandis, ghost means family. No? Gosta. Like Gokul means where so many gopis and gopis are there, that is Gokul. The planet of the gopis and gopis, Golok. So Goste, Gostaleyashu. Gosta, the place where many gopis and gopis are together. Gostaleyashu, where they live. So Goshtananandi. Those who try to increase the family of Krishna by prachar. No, like 1, 2 devotees doing kirtan give happiness to Krishna, but 100 or 200 or 300 give more happiness. So the ghosts and the nandis try to increase the happiness of Krishna by preaching. And the bhajan and nandis try to increase Krishna's happiness by their own bhajan. So one time I asked Gurudev, which is best? Which is best? Which is good for us? Which is good for me? Are we ghosts and the nandis or bhajan and nandis? Then Gurudev said, don't think too much. What we are doing, you just follow that. No? Then Gurudev said, you think the ghosts and the nandis are not doing bhajan? It's not like that. And Gurudev said, and don't think in preaching there is no happiness. If there was no happiness, no one would do it. So ghosts and the nandi also means one type of happiness. No? Ghosts and the nandi. Then Gurudev said that you cannot understand, just like I'm eating a rasgulla, but you never had a rasgulla. How you can understand? You have to taste that rasgulla, then you can understand. So if you preach, then you can understand the happiness it gives, Bhagavan. Then you will feel something. So Yashoda Devi, she also wants everyone else to serve Krishna. The Brijvasis are not selfish, like Radhika. Yesterday, a few days ago, Maharaj said beautiful thing. Radharani feels all Brijvasis and everything in Vrindavan is mine. Why? Because they're also giving so much happiness to Krishna. So they are mine, like Mamataba, these all mine. So Radharani, the Guru of Braj, therefore she take care of everyone and everything in Braj, because they also paraphernalia of Krishna's seva. Like in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu it says, Radharani have one calf. And sometimes calf is greedy and one straw pierced the cheek of the calf. Then Radharani saw that, she began weeping and taking care of the calf. So Radharani take care of everything. That Radha Padankita Vilasa Madhura Stalake. Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur. Radharani, every leaf, every tree, every insect, every bird, personally maintained by Radhika herself. No, she thinks this whole paraphernalia of Krishna's seva. So she has so much prem towards that also. Now we hear again and again, what is the definition of prema? No? What is that? Ananta Mamata Vishnu Ananya Prema Sangate Bhakti Uchate Bhisma Pralada Narada Uddhav. Narad, Pralada and Uddhav has said, what is the definition of prema? So much mamata, mamata bhav towards Vishnu. And Ananya Prema Sangate, and to have even more prema for that which is related to Krishna's seva. So, I guess in the ultimate sense, does Radharani have more prem for the Vrindavan and the Brijavasis than Krishna? Yes, it must be. That is the definition of prem. Therefore we heard Krishna went to Mathura and Dwarka. We never heard Radharani never left. We never heard Radharani left Vrindavan. No, but she has so much prem for everything here. Huh? That was not Vrishabhanu, that was another one. That was Vyogini Radha. Vyogini Radha. But Vrishabhanu Nandini never leaves. Guru Maharaj would talk all these things. So, all Brijabasi, that is the definition Saraswati Thakur would say. No? The Brijabasis have so much prema, therefore they preach. No? Who has no prem cannot preach. Guru Maharaj would talk about it. But who has life, they will do prachar. So anyway, prachar means to increase Krishna's seva. So Yashoda gave up Krishna for Krishna's seva. Beautiful idea. They gave up Krishna for Krishna's seva. So she went to save the milk. No. Then throwing some water on it, taking it off the fire. That takes a little time. So Krishna became angry. So with biting his lips and very dissatisfied at Mother Yashoda, he went to see what damage he could cause. Then that big churning pot, Maharaj said, maybe that was a few generations old. Mother Yashoda's mother, her mother. And so much ghee and oil going inside become very strong. So Krishna Krishna tried to push it over, to do some chaos, no? Krishna always liked the devotee's attention fully given to him. One time Srila Gopal said that one time Krishna slapped him because when he was chanting he was thinking of something else. So Krishna slapped him. Thank God Krishna did that to us. Oh my God. Very quickly would die. And Krishna would be 24 hours. So Krishna, like always, the Brijabasis, always more attention to him, more affection. So sometimes he does that by his lila, sometimes by some demon coming, or sometimes to draw attention to himself. So Krishna tried to push this pot over, but could not because it's so heavy and so full of yoga. He could not push it over. Then before they used to grind all the masala by rock. Pistol they call it in English. I actually remember this guy Tarak, this Bengali guy, his father used to live here. And his father would do all the masala, all the spices by hand, grinding. That prasad, you become crazy when you taste it. So tasty. These days they grind and the dust sits in the supermarket 6 months and then you put it in, all the flavor finished. But fresh masala you grind, so much taste. So, this grinding stone, Krishna took and tried. He thought if I put a hole in the top is not good. So I put a hole in the bottom, then all the yogurt will be finished. So, he put one hole and so much yogurt means so much pressure that water spurting out like a fountain. Then Krishna saw these yogurts like a jet stream and he became so happy. So happy soon. No? Very good thing I have done. And then he thought, oh my God. Many times out of anger we do something but we not think in the future what will be there. Oh my God. It's Armageddon. Armageddon out of here. Sometimes out of lust or greed or envy, we do something, but we don't think about the future. We don't think about the future. But Bhagavatam says, knowledge means always looking past, present, future. It means before, again and again, I did the same activity, not happy. How will I be happy if I do it again? Actually, I think Einstein said that is the definition of madness. To do the same thing again and again and think you're going to get a different result. So sometimes out of anger we do something, but we don't think what will happen after. Or we say something, but what will happen after? If you don't think about the result, then we'll be more careful in our activities. So Krishna made a hole, the yogurt was spraying out everywhere. At first he became happy. Then the next minute he thought, you idiot, what have you done? Now you're in big trouble. So he ran. And as he ran through the yogurt. That yogurt full of butter. So this all sticking to his lotus feet. And Krishna's lotus feet have 18 marks. Devotee can meditate on them, like the mark of the chakra. If you meditate on the chakra mark on Krishna's toe, then all the sins of millions of lives burn to ashes. Krishna has chakra, Krishna has lotus, Krishna have barley seed, Krishna have flag, Krishna have palace, house, fish, barley seeds, many tridents, many things Krishna on his feet. Krishna has 18, Radharani has 19. Krishna has 18. Umbrella, if one takes shelter of Krishna, no more problems in this world. So Krishna's beautiful soft lotus feet covered by makan, these footprints went off in the distance. Then meanwhile Yashoda came back, then she saw her pot finished, then she became very angry. No, this is a symptom of affection. Krishna has broken the paraphernalia used for his own seva. I remember one time in Mathura, Gurudev came for class and there was mridanga and kartal, and Gurudev picked up the gong and it was cracked. And Gurudev said, this is proof that in this temple no brahmacharis have any affection for Hari Guru Vaishnava. Because this whole mridanga and all kartals, all paraphernalia of seva for sankirtan. Not like you see Didi, she never even kicks these, what do you call, asanas, never kicks them by foot, no. But we are kicking here, kicking there, kicking everywhere. But you see Didi never touch anything in this temple, never touch with, of course, the floor. Therefore Didi says every morning before she wakes up, first thing is pranam to the earth, because now I'm going to walk on you and you are like mother and father. So we should all have to be very careful. That's why we don't wear shoes. No, I saw yesterday one devotee carrying their shoes in Radhakund. What doing? Where are you? And where are your shoes? Like in temple we don't wear shoes, so in Brajamandal we should also try don't wear shoes. So Yashoda became very angry. Krishna has destroyed his own paraphernalia. This is used for Krishna's seva. So being angry, she found one stick. That stick was very thin. Maharaj said nice thing yesterday, but Mother Yashoda, when demons beating Krishna, they think Krishna is very hard, no problem. Beat him more hard. But with Vatsalya, they see Krishna is very soft. So very thin stick. But Krishna see that stick like thunderbolt. And she looking, where is Krishna gone? So Krishna is, when a thief commits a crime, some sign like DNA, some hair they leave behind. So Krishna, Mother Yashoda saw the footprints and followed them. And what happened? We will hear. Shri Yashoda Nandan Krishna ki, Shri Kartik Brata ki, Go Premanandi, Hari Hari Om. The face.
Jnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurave Gurachandraya Radhikaya Dhammi Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Angashyamalinchadavirdhito Mandikritendeva Jadyam Jagadarochisham Vidatam Pattam Varasya Shriya Vrindaranya Nivasinam Devasadama Virama Radhaskanda Niveshito Jogajambhya Yendamodam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, my devoted Dandavat pranams to lotus feet of Srila Gurudev. Nitya Krishna Vishnupada Stotra Sata Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. Shiksha Gurudeva Swami Vishnupada Stotra Sata Srimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj Srimati Krishna Tirtha Purani. Also Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga. All Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis headed by Tridani Sannyasis. Certainly the author of Shri Damodarashtakam, Shri Vatsalya-prema, Shri Sanatana Goswami Pad, the commentator. So Kartika Vrat is going on. I hope everybody is enlivened. It's very enlivening. We have to be always having our goal in front of us. Why we're doing so many activities, austerities, we can say. I can see some devotees are a bit, oh, we are so tired, or what is it all for? Such questions come. Well, for the highest goal. And what is that? Kada karishya hamam kripa kadaksha bhajanam. Oh, when will that day come? When I will become the servant of your lotus feet. As yesterday we were remembering at Radhakunda, the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika, all in all for us. So everything we're doing for that, so that that goal will be fulfilled. So, Shri Satyavrata Muni is also stating about his goal in verse 4. We heard in the previous verses how he was worshipping the Supreme Personality, Namameshwaram Satchidananda Rupam, and then he was so much attracted by his beauty as the Bala Gopal, little son of Yashoda, and then how he was meditating upon his Leela's pastimes as he was looking at him. So the more he was contemplating his beautiful form, bodily features, the more he was remembering his pastimes, Ananda Kunda. He was seeing, observing how in Braj, there in Braj, everybody is drowning in Ananda Kunda, in the pools of bliss. So now Satyavrata Muni is thinking further on. Oh, Bala Gopal, I can see you, I'm so much attracted by your pastimes, and what is my goal, what is my destination? He's saying, first of all, by being so much attracted by Krishna's incomparable beauty, Satyavrata Muni is saying of what he does not want to achieve. So he sees that in this world there are so many goals, people are having as their objectives karma, jnana, moksha, karma, jnana, dharma, artha, yes, all these things, karma, 4 traditional goals of human life, karma, artha, dharma, moksha, sense enjoyment, economic development for sense enjoyment, religiosity, and finally liberation. Not many people want liberation, but some want that 4th goal. But the 5th goal is prema, pancha purushartha, the great, great objective of human life. So, Madhuri, не облокачивайся на колонну, будешь спать. Не облокачивайся на колонну, будешь спать. Гарантирую. Это типа подушки. Говорится, что колонна это Господь Ананта Шеша. It said that the pillars in the temple are Ananta Shesha, so don't lean on them. Otherwise you'll sleep there. That's the function of Lord Vishnu, to sleep on Ananta Shesha. So I'm trying to take his position. So, Varam Deva Moksham, Na Moksham Vadimba, Na Chanyam Brineham Vareshadapi. Idam Teva Purnata Gopala Balam, Sadamemanasya Virastam Kimani. So, when we hear about development of bhakti in our literatures like Madhurya Kadambini, etc., we see that the second pair of leaves which blossom on the level of bhava, the second, there are 3 stages of bhakti. What are they? sadhana bhakti, bhava bhakti, prema bhakti. Remember? So at bhava bhakti level there are two leaves which start blossoming. That is moksha laguta krit and sudurlabha. So moksha laguta krit means, in comparison to bhava and bhakti as in general, the other goals like karma, jnana, all those things people pursue in this world are quite insignificant. Artha, what's it? Kama, artha, dharma, moksha are also quite insignificant. So, and certainly, sudurlabha, prema is very rare, very rare. So we have to know, we actually hear about that every day, that bhakti is so rare. We sing in these songs, Kartika songs including, about the rarity of bhakti. Bhakti is so rare, you know. What's that? Srila Rupa Goswami is saying, Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Vidyarapi Pashiti Natavaloka Brahmarichim. Even Brahma sometimes sees the lotus feet of Krishna in his meditation, sometimes not. But we want to achieve much more. And the gradation of what one wants to achieve is exemplified in the Ashtaka of Satyavrata Muni, Damodarashtakam. So he's saying here, he's enumerating what he does not want to achieve. So, Varam Deva Moksham, or Deva, or the Supreme Lord. First of all, Deva is the all-shining Supreme Lord. So already we noticed that Satyavrata Muni had been so much attracted by him. O Supreme Lord, who is shining by the beauty of your pastimes, please know that I do not pursue moksha, liberation at all. Because comparing to bhakti, always remember this verse of Srila Rupa Goswami from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Srila Rupa Goswami is saying, Brahmanda bhavet esha chit praradda guni krita naiti bhakti sukham padhe paramanu tulamapi. If you say, if you take the bliss of cognizance of Brahma, realization of Brahma, and multiply by the number which constitutes the number of days in Brahma's life, even then it cannot be compared with a little speck of bliss of sweetness of Krishna. Means Madhurya, what's it? Paramananda of Bhakti, Bhakti Ananda. The Brahmananda is just, cannot be compared to a speck of dust. Even if multiplied to the number of times, by the number of times, by the number of days in lifetime of Brahma. How many days in lifetime of Brahma? I'm not a very good mathematician, so somebody can tell. 311 trillion years. Thank you, Maharaj. 311 trillion years. So, if you take the whole Brahmananda and you multiply by 311 trillion, no calculator can contain such a number. Even then it can be compared to one little speck of dust, a little speck of Bhakti Ananda, of this bliss of pure devotional service, prema. So at once Satyavrata Muni constitutes what he wants, but he starts from negating all traditional goals. Moksha, na moksha avadim. Moksha avadim means the best type of liberation, which is the liberation of Vaikuntha. So it's said that in Vaikuntha, the residents and those who want to obtain Vaikuntha, they enjoy four types of assets. Yeah? Samipya, Sarupya, Rishti, Lokya. So they are able to be in proximity, very, very big closeness to the Lord. They will reside on the same planet with Him. They will be same in form, and they will have the same opulences as the Lord. So even that is not accepted by Satyavrata Muni. Then, what is the process leading to Vaikuntha? Navavida Bhakti. In the Muda Vaishvarya, means the Navavida or Navadha, as one devotee recently received the name from Maharaj, Navadha Bhakti, very nice name. So, Navavida Bhakti or Navada Bhakti is the process which leads to Vaikuntha if in the mood of opulence. But if that same process is the part of Raganuga Bhakti aiming towards development of Madhurya in the mood of Braj, then the mood is completely different. So the same Navavida Bhakti brings different results. So those devotees who gain Vaikuntha, they practice Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, etc. Hearing, chanting for those new 9 limbs of Bhakti, 9. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam Sakma, Asmanam, Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu Bhaktishtyanava Lakshana, Priyato Bhagavati Datta Dvanyed Hitam Uttamam. Prahlad Maharaj said, Shravanam, hearing, Kirtanam, chanting, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, remembering, Padasevanam, worshipping the lotus feet, Archanam, worshipping the deity with faith, Archanam, Vandanam, offering prayers, Dasyam, serving as a servant, in the mood of a servant, he's my master, and Sakyam means developing friendly relationship. So these, if they lead to Vaikuntha, are not interesting for Satyavrata Muni. So, so, well, Krishna would ask Satyavrata Muni, why don't you want my bhakti, like Vaikuntha bhakti? I understand that you reject liberation, you reject moksha, but why don't you want Vaikuntha bhakti? Oh, then Satyavrata Muni would say that, oh, that bhakti is certainly having so much bliss, but it's totally devoid of the sweetness, permeating everyone and everything in Braj. Actually, as Damodarashtakam just said, everything has Purna Vikasita Chetana in Goloka Bhagavan. Purna Vikasita Chetana means, Vikasita means blossoming, a fully blossoming consciousness. So everything, all Krishna's surroundings, his shoes, the bell, the earrings, the flowers, remember they were falling from Krishna's head, from Yashoda's hair, oh mother, we want to catch Krishna together with you, so they're helping, etc. So then Satyavrata Muni would answer that process of bhakti and the line of Vaikuntha is not interesting for me, although it's bhakti, no doubt. So, Varamdeva Moksham Navoksham Vadimam Nachanyam Vrinyaham Vareshadatiha. So, that process of ninefold devotional service which leads to Vaikuntha and its results in the form of residence in Vaikuntha is totally not interested for Satyavrata Muni. So, when I came to Srila Gurudev's Sangha, the first book I read was Going Beyond Vaikuntha, given to me by Pujapad Damodarashtakam when he was Bhakta, and I was also Bhakta, anyway, big history. But when I read it, I understood that in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Srila Sanatana Goswami is saying that the goal of Gopakumar was not Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, Gopakumar was not happy. He was trying to embrace his dear friend Krishna, who was in the form of Narayana at once. He saw his worshipful deity in the form of Narayana, but immediately he was stopped by the guardians. Don't dare to embrace our Lord like this. What kind of familiarity is that? So, therefore, Krishna, in the form of Lord Narayana, sent Gopakumar very quickly further on, so he was going further to Goloka Vrindavan. So, Shri Satyavrata Muni is so much attracted by the beautiful divine form, Deva, of Krishna, his divine body, Vapu, that none of the other great assets are not interesting for him. So we'll hear more since the MC is persisting. So we'll hear more tomorrow from the commentaries of Srila Gurudev, Srila Sanatana Goswami, Sri Damodarashtakam ki jai. camera should be open.
Om Agyanti Vinamesya Gyananjana Shalakaya Shakshuru Niritamina Tasmaya Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vacharam Bhandum Namyayatihi Yatvipam Dhamanam Shri Guru Vinakaranam Paramanam Madham Harim Dhammadam. Ask the Lord of your senses, and the Lord is feet of my spiritual master. Nitya Vishnu Pada Brahmansa Priya Asto Parasata Shri Shiman Lakshmanta Shri Prabhupada Shri Govinda Muslim Maharaj all Gurudev Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, all the Vaishnavas, all the sannyasis, all the Vaishnavas, all the instances.
Already.
No, sorry, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
No,
Shut up.
Hi, guys.
Hey, don't tread on me, sir. Don't stand on this.
So many devotees receive Gopal mantra, and it is considered to be the essence of Diksha. Okay? But we also say that after Gopal mantra you receive full Diksha. So what is full Diksha? So it is said in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that Krishna is worshipped by the Kam Gayatri. And then you're receiving that Kam Gayatri when you receive full Diksha. And in Kam Gayatri, why is it said that Krishna is worshipped like that? Because what is the mood of Kam Gayatri? We are telling Krishna, we are praying that you are the transcendental Cupid. And I want you to attract my senses through the five sense objects. And I want to give up all attraction to the other five sense objects of this world. In other words, you are Aprakrita Madhan, the transcendental Cupid of Vrindavan. And I want you to attract me with your transcendental sense objects which are part of your person. The 5 arrows of Cupid. Usually Cupid sends 5 arrows, which are the 5 sense objects in this world, right? Everyone is mesmerized by those 5 things. Everyone wants to see beautiful forms. Everyone wants to hear beautiful sounds, smell something nice, taste something nice, and touch something nice, right? So Krishna also, his transcendental body has those arrows of Cupid, in the sense that Kama Gayatri is describing is the exquisite beauty of his form. And we pray, let me cancel all my attraction to the beautiful form of this world, which have been attracted my mind from time immemorial. Let me be attracted by your exquisite form. And then, second arrow, what is that? Oh, the beautiful sound of Krishna's voice. Very deep, very pleasant. When he says, oh, my devotee. When the devotee hears this, he becomes entranced. And we mentioned that it's in Madhurya Kadambini, as in 8th chapter, that the happiness one feels just to see Krishna's form, or to hear his voice, or to smell the divine aroma coming from his body, or the touch of his lotus feet, of his hands, of his arms, or according to the rasa on his in, and the taste from his lips. This is so tasty that this body is too small to contain such happiness. Even just one of the arrows, you're finished. You fall into ecstasy. You cannot maintain your external consciousness. You fall in trance of ecstasy. So in Kama Gayatri we pray, Krishna, please, I want to be attracted by those 5 arrows of yours. Your exquisite form, the deep sound of your voice, and then the very exquisite aroma coming from your divine body. And then it is said that according to one's rasa, Krishna will touch one with his lotus feet, or with his lotus hands, or with his arms, like that, hugging someone. And ultimately, for those in Madhurya-ras, the Adaramrita, the nectar from his lips, which can also mean the remnants of his prasad, and also the remnants of the betel leaves filled with different spices, betel nuts, like you see all the Pangwalas are selling. So this Kama Gayatri, it is actually describing Krishna's beauty, and we pray to Krishna. In Gayatri, in mantra, we are surrendering. In Gayatri, we are praying. And Gayatri is divided into 3 parts, like Sambandha, Avideya, Prayoja. I know, Vidmai. I meditate upon Avideya, Vimai. And now please give the fruit, Prachodayat. Know that I have established Sambandha with you. I have performed the Avideya, the activity of serving you. Now please give me the fruit of that. Now, so what is that fruit? Oh, please appear in my heart in your non-material form, aprakriti. You have a transcendental form, but I've been attracted to the forms of this world, and they've been binding me. I forge my own shackles burst after burst by allowing my mind to be attracted to all the forms of this world. So please cancel that, and please give me that attraction to your lotus feet. Not only your lotus feet, but whole of your form. Now, Maharaj is describing, and all the Maharajas describing the beauty of Krishna. And then we don't have to go further than Damodarashtakam to have, by this unknown Vaishnava poet, a complete description of Krishna's beauty. And then I'm reminded of one ancient book written by Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami, which is little known. It is called Shuka Sari Stava. The glorification of Krishna's beauty by the male parrot and the female parrot, Shuka and Sari. So they give a complete description of Krishna's beauty from his lotus feet to his head. And it's now written in very choice poetry, and it's so tasty, so beautiful. He begins, for instance, oh, let me meditate on the Prayag, consisting of the meeting of the white effulgence, like in the Ganga of your lotus toenails, meeting with the upper part of your feet, which is like Jamuna, blackish, and then the reddish part of your lotus feet, which is like Sarasvati. They all meet at the Sangha in the Prayag of your lotus feet. Meditate on that. Then they say, oh, Krishna's shins, they're like very strong pillars to bind the elephants of the gopis' mind. And they say, I think that Brahma has created the kneecaps of Krishna like 2 little balls of gems to attract the mind of the gopis. Then going on, describing, we think that Krishna's navel is like a lake of nectar, where the safari fishes, one kind of fish, of the gopis' eyes are always dwelling. A little hard to translate because that's poetic vocabulary. Then, Krishna's chest is like a big container to catch the parrot of Radha's mind. And it's like to keep it in a cage. And there's 2 bottom, or the 2, heads. Nipples, the 2 nipples of Krishna, they're the door, to let Radha's mind enter and then keep it prisoner inside. And on, describing in an amazing way. I read it so long ago and I'm trying to remember as I'm speaking of some of those descriptions. Krishna's cheeks like arena of dance for the sharks of his earrings. Krishna's eyes also mesmerizing everyone. Krishna's sidelong glances. Because Krishna is the transcendental Cupid, and Maharaj was mentioning that Krishna has two kinds of ananda. One is Atmananda, the happiness which is contained in himself. And the other one is the happiness that he receives from his devotees. So he prefers a second type of happiness. But we know that Krishna is not a selfish person just accepting the love, because we all know love is a two-way street, it's an exchange. And Krishna himself, he reveals his favorite activity is to give bliss to his devotees. Actually, he says, I have no business in life except satisfying the desires of my devotees. I don't have any interest in enjoying my opulences or my own life alone. Because if we see Krishna's life, it is only made of one thing, exchanges of ras. Every one of us, we have a network of relationship. We're born in a particular family and we inherit all kinds of relatives. Then we have friends and maybe family, children. There's a whole network. So Krishna also, he lives not in a bubble like a person is imagining. He lives in a network of a family and friends. Vrindavan is a village, and we see in village, if you take birth, then you must have mother and father, you must have uncles and aunties, then brothers, sisters, friends. There's a whole network. And Vrindavan is that network where everyone is just giving all their attention to Krishna, all their love to Krishna. And Krishna has no other business but to reciprocate that love. No. Krishna is not just taking, he's constantly giving. And of course, it's in the form of Gauranga Mahaprabhu that he is distributing himself. Like Srila Bhaktivinoda Maharaj says, when Radha and Krishna want to distribute themselves to the people at large, then they become Gauranga. They unite in the form of Gauranga. In that form, they distribute themselves. What does it mean to distribute themselves? What can that mean? Distributing themselves. What is the core? What is the essence of the relationship in Radha and Krishna? This Vatsalya-prema, this love that they exchange with each other. So this is what Mahaprabhu came to distribute. That very intimate love that Radha and Krishna are sharing between each other. This is the gift that he came to give. What is that verse? No, the other one. Should I go here?
Sri Vatsalya-prema. Radha Krishna Pranaya.
Anapikacharim Chiram Karunayavatina Karun Samarpayitum Natum Shalastas Parat Bhakti Shriyam Hari Purata Sundara Juti Karamba Sandipitam Sararayakam Bhakti Should I go around and tell the verse right after that? That's what I'm trying to get at. No, another one before. Nija Gupta, in that word it refers to Nija Gupta. Nija Rupa, Nija, he came to give his own intimate words. His own treasure he came to give. And what is that treasure? Well, that is the love that they have for each other. And who is assisting in nourishing that love? Maharaj often quotes that verse, Saki Vina Lila. Without Sakis, these Lilas cannot exist. Because they are pushed out, they are nourishing the Lilas. And